he insulted all of Alberta. He insulted my father. He insulted everybody. No society's perfect. There's always going to be mishap's. But for a trust fund baby like him, and not only does he have a trust fund from a famous name, well, let me phrase that. Not only does he have an inheritance from his father or whatever, how he has that, he also has a famous name. So he literally can just walk through life and he's good looking and he has, I mean, if you want to talk about white privilege, Trudeau is the example of all privilege in the world. He's got Laurentian elite privilege. He's got privilege because of his father. He's got privilege. And he didn't have to work very hard for it. He could become a school teacher and then become prime minister. But, and I mean, I'm not even faulting him for that. I mean, some of that's not his fault. But to be in Argentina, to the international press, well, we are trying to change the image of Canadian oil across the world because of people like Gerald Butts, who've tarnished our reputation. And to talk about that, I honestly, like, I think he should resign. I don't care that he seems to think that he bought a pipeline. Canada bought a pipeline. He's not our king. He's a steward. He's supposed to be in charge of some stuff while he's elected, and I'm blown away by it. Entitlement. I know him. I hosted an event for him a couple of times, and I don't know. Like when I hung around Rona Ambrose, I was very impressed with her intelligence. Even Rachel Notley, Jason Kenney. I've met a lot of politicians and leaders, and even if I don't always agree with them, I was impressed with them. I'm not impressed with Justin. I mean, like, how dare after that rally in Calgary, and where he sees, like, I mean, people are upset with him after that rally in Calgary. I mean, Calgarians they just want to work. It's a different mentality in Alberta. They don't want handouts. They don't want government. They don't care about extending EI. They just want to go to work, make money, maybe buy a truck or a car or have a little bit of a life, go on a vacation. But most importantly, they want to feed their families, and it's men and women. And the camps, that's even what blew me away. Camps are a lot more women than they've ever been. Sure, there's a little bit more men, but I would argue that I would say it's 60-40 and maybe even a bit more. But he just insults all of Canada instead of saying, you know what, Canadian people work really hard, and thank you to the construction workers. Thank you for all of them. He basically does this sort of, I don't know, this, I'm better than you. Look at me, I'm prime minister. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give away $50 million. He insulted everybody, and I don't think he's going to recover. I mean, certainly not with me. I'm not going to let that go. I can't. I mean, I'm hurt and I'm angry. I mean, that basically, like, he is completely out of touch with reality. And you might be able to roll up your dress shirt and take off your suit jacket, but you're not a construction worker. You've never actually spent 12 hours in the field. I know what those conditions are like, just so you can pay for your unborn child or your wife or vice versa. There's plenty of women who go and work in those camps as construction jobs. There's this whole thing, which you probably didn't even know about. It's called Building Futures. And that's a huge thing in Alberta where they're trying to get women in the trades. And it's very successful. So he insulted everybody. He also insulted women. And I think the biggest insult of all is that I hate it when he says, I'm a feminist. Rona Ambrose is a feminist. Kim Campbell's a feminist. Margaret Thatcher's a feminist. Rachel Notley's a feminist. Leave the women to be the feminist. You're a white dude with curly hair that's good looking, who's had a very privileged life. And I hate saying that. I don't believe anybody has more privilege than anybody else. I hate it. But if there's one person who's the epitome of privilege, it's him. For him to sit back and, like, I think that he doesn't want to. I think he wants. He doesn't. There's too many female politicians, like, Michelle Rempel, and people are just going to him. Well, I'm a feminist. Like, it's like a shield that he wears. But he insulted the entire country. And especially right now, we were selling our oil at bargain basement prices. That Kenny and Notley are forced to work together. I'm blown away by his complete ineptness, incompetence, narcissistic behavior.
That's an excerpt from my weekly show, The Gun Show. It airs every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Each week, I bring you an informal interview with an interesting newsmaker or citizen activist you might not have heard of, but who is making a big difference in Canadian politics. And we'll talk about issues in a way you'll never see done in the mainstream media. To subscribe, go to therebel.media/shows.